you remember you came to Coke Studios for Nasty C and Youngstana? I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So how many of these events do you guys do a week, guys? If you're not on stage or recording, you guys are out there eventing. How many of these you do a week?
It's just love. I think me and Kilo share that thing of like we're just outside this hip hop thing. We're trying to help build it, you know. We're trying to involve ourselves, so we're not like it doesn't look like we're a new wave that doesn't mess with other people. But maybe ask this man a few questions.
What can people look forward to when it comes to 25K?
For us, it's more about, okay, to me personally, but I feel like me and Matlera share the same sentiment. It's really about like building a proper platform for like kids that come from the hood to also believe that they could also be in a position where a Matlera dope boy or 25K is in terms of like opening doors for the youngins, also collaborating with the younger guys as well, because we came up off of us getting co-signed by the OGs of our generation. So it's a generational thing. And I feel like it's also culture and showing love, like Matlera dope boy say.
And who are some of the artists that have inspired you to continue your journey in the music scene, business?
In South Africa, like I listen to music in general. So like I grew up like my mom playing all these by Wochiko, Patricia Majalesa and stuff like that. And then when I grew up, I fell in love with hip hop. Obviously, you have to pay respect in SA, especially if you're rapping in Vernac, to Dukes, guys like Double H, like Pro Kid, like guys who made it possible for us, Vernac rappers.
Bismarcky.
Yeah.
That's actually his OG.
Yeah. Bismarcky.
Bismarcky.
Yeah, he goes by the name Biz ATV now, so Mojava. So he was one of the prominent producers that came from Etheridgeville. He was producing guys like Bass Markey, and then he was also like getting recognition on a national scale. Also got playlisted in UK, BBC, stuff like that. So me, growing up listening to those guys motivated me to be like, I have this passion for music. Let me put it together and see if it could come alive. And I feel like I'm a product of that.
I agree. Have you always been, has your name always been 25K?
Nah, not really.
I know that name, but I don't think. I don't know if I can say it.
It's crazy.
Like your name before you were Matlera dope.
I don't mind saying mine. I'm fooling. Mine was TV Game.
Oh, TV Game.
Yeah.
It has to come.
But he knows. I wanted a TV game.
Oh, okay.
You know, you gotta manifest.
When you finally got one?
Yeah, I stayed there. Now I'm TV Game for real. It's real life. Yeah.
Oh, that's so dope.
Yeah.
I get it. Hip hop, guys. You gotta think about it just a little. Let's find out from him. Maybe he'll tell us. Please give us.
I went by the stage name Lil Nazy or Nazy. When I was still in high school, like I had a series where how Lil Wayne did Gangsta Grills. I would download beats like I'm on One by Drake and DJ Khaled, Lil Wayne, Drake, Miss Me, and make like remixes or like covers to those songs, and I dropped them as like mixtapes when I was still in high school. And that's how I actually made a name for myself. As I grew older, I started falling in love with making beats. That's when I did the rebrand and call myself 25K.
So not only like do you like make music, you're also a producer.
Yeah.
So you're producing your own music currently?
Partly because I feel like as much as like you could be talented, I believe you need to really focus on one skill that you really excel in. And like me meeting guys like Bozu has really helped me in a way to be in the same room with people who are great at being producers. I feel like I'm great at being a vocalist, but I could still add to the song instrument-wise because I have the knowledge of it. So it's like a blessing.
So you're learning as well? That's dope.
Second half, get Alicia 25K ne. Hola.
Shav, thank you so much. Thank you, Magla. Okay. Sorry. So then how did 25K come about? What did it mean? What does it mean for you? What is it? Because when I think 25K, I think money.
Yeah, but I feel like I get asked that question a lot. But like 25K really came off of me making beats. It's a currency thing. So I was in like grade 12 in 20, 13, yeah, because I failed grade 11 because of the music stuff. But anyway, in grade 12, I was making beats, right? So I didn't know what I was gonna call myself in terms of like having a producer name. And at the time, after school, I would do like a little hustling because like me growing up in the hood really taught me to wise up at a young age, especially in high school. I would like literally have a budget when I'm at school to be like, yo, maybe this week I'm overspending. Like for real, it was that hard. Because yeah, going to school with like Indian kids, other kids are like white and colored. Some of them, they pull up nice and stuff like that. So like, I saw music as like one of my streams of income at that time. But I wasn't really making much. When I was selling mixtapes, I would send them for like $20.
Oh, smart.
And then you would get like 3 mixtapes, which is like 15 songs each. So
That's amazing.
yeah, so me now making beats, I was like ambitious to a point where I was like, if I have a beat, how much am I gonna sell it for?
Okay.
So I said 25K. So that's when I kept the name, and then it stuck with me till this day when I started rapping on my own beats. Yeah.
And in a way, it's like a manifestation, right? Then it happens, then you're like, guys, I'm not changing to 35 or to 45.
It's 25K, now you change the name.
No, it's 25 and up.
Just to jump on your conversation.
Yeah.
Who did you sell your first beat to?
Yes.
25.
Have you sold that first beat for 25 and up?
Crazy enough, I never sold no beat.
Okay.
But I managed to jump on a beat of mine, and I feel like it's made me over 25.
Wow.
It doesn't really have to come from the streaming platforms, but off of me performing that song, I've done tons of shows, and it's like a blessing to me to be rapping on my own beat.
Yeah.
But I know I wasn't really that good though, to be honest with you.
How
But
long
like,
have you been in the music industry for? I mean, because obviously before most artists become mainstream, they first like underground. So how long have you been in the business for?
okay, I started like recording music, recording myself. This was in 2008 when I did my first song. A friend of mine who went to a school called Voltrekke, his name is Klaus.
Voortrek in Boksburg. Oh,
Just here down the road from Swarkop. Voortrekke Hoogte. Yeah, so anyway, that friend of mine managed to link me with a friend of his who was making beats at the time. He managed to like have a package of FL Studio at that time when he was still in high school and he was making beats. So he came with his computer to my hood in Peli and I recorded my first song. And then after that, I was sending the song out to my friends via Bluetooth and I fell in love with it. Used the computer at home, downloaded this software called Mixcraft, started recording myself, and the rest was history. So that's like
it's been a couple of years that you've been cooking. Yeah.
came up in like 2019. So people only see you now doing well. They don't know the work you put in before that. But I was really like a yo.
So did COVID
back then? I feel like it affected me in a good way because I got to like learn to be wiser in terms of like making money. Before COVID, we were doing gigs and it was like a definite thing, knowing like next weekend you're doing another gig, the next week you book the gig. So now, when we were faced with COVID and we locked inside, we started now appreciating the smaller platforms like an online thing or even a lockdown house party, like kept the people going. So when the restrictions were like later lifted, I felt like it really got me to like wisen up in terms of like, yo, I need to have an emergency fund. I need to open like a savings. I need to be wise in terms of how I spend my money so I can sustain my career to live longer as well. So it's basically investing in yourself.
Yeah. That's the only way about it. And what can we look forward to from you? What are you working on in the future?
Yeah, a whole lot more. I'm also featured on Nesty's album. I love it here. Song is called Hard Choice and it's a banger. Plenty more features coming from me as well this year. My sophomore album is cooking. Me and Zoocci Coke Dope got one coming and it's gonna be crazy. People should look forward to that in the last quarter of 2023, crossing over to 2024.
Nice. Sorry, before we go, one more question. So I've seen a lot of artists collaborate from different genres of music. Would you do a collaboration on a piano song?
I actually do have a collaboration on the piano song, and it's crazy you asking me that question. There's a producer called Snow Deep. He's like one of the pioneers of like broken beat, house music, and PTA. He's from Mums. He put me on a song called Tamati, and the cover art, let me actually show you that song.
Tamati.
Yes, art of the song was made by me, and it resembles the box of ZZ2.
So you're quite creative. I mean, you were a graphic designer as well.
On the low.
Multi-talented.
I'm multi-talented for real.
Let's see.
So this is the song. The cover art looks like
Cool. That original tomato box, the yellow one.
we did Tamati 2.0. This one was paying homage to Tata.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I don't really box myself. I'm like a hip hop like artist at heart, but like dabbling into other genres. It's like me doing an Afro beat song or a Kwaito song. It's quite doable because I believe I'm a versatile artist.
And for the kids out there who look up to you, what do you want to say to them?
Just believe in yourself. It doesn't matter from like which background you're coming from. Also, respecting people, the people you keep around you, and also like having positive energy around you. If you believe in something, you need to work towards it because it's not gonna come to you. So you need to stay on your toes. Put yourself in those spaces that you believe are gonna help you get to the goal where you're trying to reach. So it's really that little that you have, invest in yourself. You don't need to get an expensive microphone. Get the cheap one just to start out. As you move, you'll grow with it and get better equipment. And you'll never know, you might end up being the next hip-hop star or piano star or pop star coming out of South Africa. Yeah.
People think you need to wait to have an iPhone before you start taking nice pictures.
When I was on a Samsung, that was charging like 5 times a day. I had to be like, whoa, real story.
But things change now for the better. I only wish you the best. I think from here, like, you're going straight to the top. You are so humble. Your music is timeless. Can't wait to see more of you. And for us to catch up in a couple of months and you tell me, yo, Mandy, this is what I've been up to.
Yep.
Come through to my studio. I want to give you guys the behind the scenes because we're more than happy to do stuff like that for our artists, you know. But thank you so